Snowflakes danced under the dim streetlights, melting on the cold pavement of a quiet town. People hurried home with gifts in their hands and joy in their hearts. But amid the laughter and glowing shop windows, Daniel, a tired single dad, slowed his car near a dark alley, because something made his heart stop. There, a little girl no older than 7, in a torn pink coat and worn-out shoes, was digging through the trash behind a bakery. Her tiny hands trembled as she pulled out a half-eaten cupcake, brushed off the snow, and took a bite as if it were a treasure. Daniel sat frozen, the warmth of his car suddenly feeling suffocating. "Where's her family?" he whispered. Daniel Matthews had never believed in miracles. Not since his wife passed away 3 years ago, leaving him to raise his son Ethan, a cheerful 9-year-old with big brown eyes and an even bigger heart. This Christmas Eve was supposed to be different. Just a simple dinner, a few presents, and maybe, finally, a smile that didn't feel forced. But fate had other plans. As Daniel drove home from the late shift at the mechanic shop, exhaustion weighed him down. The radio played Silent Night, and lights flickered in every window. But instead of peace, he felt only emptiness. Then came that moment in the alley. He stopped the car, stepped out, and the icy wind bit his face. "Hey, sweetheart," he called gently, not wanting to scare her. The little girl froze. She clutched the cupcake tighter, her eyes wide, ready to run. "It's okay," Daniel said, raising his hands. "I won't hurt you. Are you hungry?" She didn't answer. Her lips were blue, and her hair looked like it hadn't been brushed in days. Daniel took off his jacket and knelt. "Here. You'll freeze out here." She hesitated, then whispered in a hoarse voice, "I'm okay, sir." But she wasn't okay. Her voice cracked, and tears glimmered in her lashes. "Where's your mom or dad?" he asked softly. Her eyes dropped to the ground. "They're gone." The words hit him like a punch. He glanced around. No one, no bags, no signs of family. "Just her in the trash can." Daniel's breath caught. "Do you have somewhere to go?" The little girl shook her head. He stood there, torn between reason and his heart. It was Christmas Eve. No child should be out here alone, searching trash for food. "Come on," he finally said. "You can have dinner with us tonight. Just dinner, okay?" Her eyes flickered with disbelief. "Really?" Daniel smiled faintly. "Yeah, really." When they got home, Ethan ran to the door. "Dad, you're late," I thought. He stopped mid-sentence when he saw the girl. "This is?" Ethan asked. Daniel looked at her, realizing he didn't even know her name. "I'm Lily," she whispered. Ethan's face lit up. "Hi, Lily! Come in! We made cookies!" That night, as snow fell outside, Lily sat between Daniel and Ethan at their little dining table, her eyes wide with wonder as she tasted warm food. It was the first time she'd smiled all night. But as Daniel watched her, so polite, so grateful, yet carrying something deep and unspoken, he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to her story. Something she wasn't saying. And before the night was over, he would find out what it was. After dinner, Lily helped Ethan decorate their small tree. She laughed when the star on top kept tilting, and Daniel couldn't help but smile. Her laughter filled the house like sunlight after years of cold. But when it was time for bed, she grew quiet again. Daniel made her a small bed on the couch, gave her one of Ethan's blankets, and said softly, "You're safe here tonight, okay?" She nodded. "Thank you, Mr. Matthews." He paused. "You can call me Daniel." Before turning off the lights, he whispered to himself, "Merry Christmas, kid." The next morning, the smell of pancakes filled the kitchen. Ethan ran to the living room, only to find Lily gone. "Dad! She's not here!" Daniel's heart dropped. He ran outside, following the small footprints in the snow that led to the same alley. There she was, kneeling again near the trash cans, clutching a small box wrapped in newspaper. "Lily," he called out. "Why'd you leave? You scared us." She turned, startled, tears rolling down her cheeks. "I had to get this," she said quietly, holding up the box. "What is it?" She opened it slowly. Inside were a few crumpled photos and a locket. One picture showed a smiling woman, Lily's mother. "She used to work at that bakery," Lily whispered, "before she got sick. We used to wait outside here every Christmas Eve for her to bring leftover cupcakes." Daniel's throat tightened. "When she died last month," Lily continued, "they threw away her things. But I hid this box. I didn't want to forget her." She clutched the locket to her chest, trembling. "I just wanted to spend Christmas where she used to smile." Daniel knelt beside her, his own eyes burning. He remembered holding Ethan after his wife's funeral, whispering promises he barely believed himself. He put his hand on Lily's shoulder. "You don't have to be alone anymore." That Christmas morning, he brought Lily home again. Not as a guest this time, but as part of the family. The adoption process wasn't easy. There were interviews, inspections, endless papers. But Daniel didn't care. He'd already made his decision the moment he saw her in that alley. A year later, on the next Christmas Eve, 3 stockings hung on their wall: Daniel, Ethan, and Lily. They baked cupcakes that night, and Lily smiled as she placed one by the window. "For Mom," she said softly. Daniel put his arm around her. "She'd be proud of you, Lily. You made this home brighter." Outside, the snow fell gently, like a blessing. And for the first time in years, Daniel believed in miracles again. Emotional message. Sometimes, the people we're meant to save are the ones who end up saving us. Love isn't about blood. It's about who shows up when the world turns cold.